Hi, my name is Teresa Funke. I'm an author, a presenter, a writer's coach, and an entrepreneur. I'm also your expert at large for Children's Book Insider. Now, if you're a member of CBI, you've seen the amazing changes they've made to the clubhouse, and you know that you now have access to expert guides that are going to help you move your career forward in writing, publishing, and promoting your book. In my 20 years in the industry, I have done all of those things and more. So I see my role as your coach, to help you take all of this information you're going to be provided, including the information that comes from outside of CBI, that instructs you on our rapidly changing industry and helps you figure out how to apply it to you. Because no two writers do everything the same, and there is no one path to success in the writing world. My goal with these videos is to keep them short, but to also provide you enough valuable information to be useful to you. So let's start with something fun and easy, but important. Goal setting for writers. Now, goal setting for writers is different than the goals you set in your personal life and your professional life. Writers are creatives and our minds work in a different way. We also have to self-motivate. There's no one telling us what to do. So let me tell you how to set goals that are going to help you achieve. Now, my impression from working with writers all these years has been that the best thing to do is to set monthly goals. It's not to say that you can't set daily goals or weekly goals, but the problem with those is if you blow that daily goal by the 7th day of the month, there's a tendency to say, well, I missed it. I'm just going to wait till next month and start over. So there is a way that you can break down your monthly goal into daily and weekly segments, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But first I want to talk about how to set a monthly goal, where you're going to choose a primary goal. And your primary goal should be the thing that's going to advance you the furthest, the thing that's going to move you closest to where you would like to be by the end of 2012. So if your goal for 2012 is to finish that middle grade novel you've been wanting to write, your primary goals each month should support that effort. If you're new to writing, maybe your goals are to learn the craft, and each month you're going to study something new. Now, how do you set a primary goal? Well, the most important thing to do is to look ahead a little bit to that next month and to ask yourself realistically what you can accomplish. To figure that out, I want you to look at what your month is going to be like. If your mother-in-law is coming to visit for 2 weeks, don't set an ambitious goal. You're not going to be able to concentrate and you're not going to make it. But if your kids are going away for 2 weeks, set an ambitious goal and see how much you can get done. Now, the second thing to think about is deadlines. Your deadlines in your personal and professional life, as well as the deadlines that are imposed by the industry. So if you want to apply for a writing contest, for example, look ahead to see how your primary goals will have to time out so that you can do that on time. Now, the last thing is something that people don't often talk about, and that's desire. Make sure you set a goal that is something that you want to do. Because if you don't want to do it, chances are you're not going to achieve it. So pick something that you feel inspired to do. Now, if you want to break down this monthly goal into weekly and daily segments, that is possible too. So for example, if your goal for this month is to write an article and submit it, maybe first week you look at the guidelines for the magazines and what it is that they require. The second week you write the article, the third week you rewrite it, and the fourth week you write your cover letter and you submit it. Now, what's nice about this is, if you get a little behind, or even if you get ahead, it's not going to affect the overall outcome of whether or not you achieved your monthly goal. So that's going to be how you keep moving forward. Now, the other thing I want you to think about is not setting too specific of a time frame. By this I mean, I talk to a lot of writers who will say to me, okay, in order to reach my monthly goal, I'm going to get up at 5 o'clock every morning and write from 5 to 6. Well, what happens that morning when you're really tired and you shut off that alarm and now you've blown your goal for the day? Rather than saying a specific, say, I'm going to write for the first hour of my workday, and then do it. Or, I'm going to write for 1 hour after dinner every night. Well, now you can go to dinner with your friend if you want to, as long as you get that writing done when you come home. The last thing I wanted to comment on is something you don't hear very often. And that is, make sure that your goal is something that is within your control. By this I mean, don't set something that is subjective and open to the world. So here's an example. A writer might say to me, my goal for 2012 is to win a writing contest. And I say, but that's subjective. It's up to the judges whether or not you win. Better to phrase your goal this way. My goal for 2012 is to enter 15 writing contests with the hope or the intention of winning one. See how that puts that back into your control and makes it achievable? The next thing I want to talk about is secondary goals. Once you've been working towards your primary goal, if you want to set secondary goals for the month, you should definitely feel free to do so. They can be as ambitious or as fun as you want them to be, and as many as you want them to be. But remember to stay focused on that primary goal. If that's all you can do that month, that's still good. I want you to hold on to your goals too. Make them real, make them accountable. Write them down. Speak them out loud. Once you've spoken something, it becomes real. Find somebody to help hold you accountable. A spouse, a writing partner, maybe your writers group does goals together so that you stay focused. And you're going to have to motivate yourself. Remember, I said you don't have a boss that's going to come down and tell you what to do. Now, one fun way to motivate yourself is something a friend of mine did. She created a contest for herself, and she bought 12 things that she really wanted. A scarf, a CD, a book, and so on. And she labeled each one with the month of the year. If she achieved her goal that year, she got her prize. If not, it stayed in the closet until the next year. And that's how she kept herself motivated. So have fun with your goals, but take them seriously. Now, what happens when you come to the end of the month and you have not achieved your primary goal? Do you roll it over to the next month? You can, definitely. Maybe it was too ambitious of a goal to begin with. But think about how you feel about that goal right now. Do you still feel connected to it? Is it still what you want to do? For example, did you maybe start a story that just isn't working out? Now, if you roll that goal over, you're going to continue to work on something that you're not connecting to. So feel free to change the goal, even if you didn't make it. Remember, and this is key, you are in charge of your goals. They are not in charge of you. You are the one who determines where you're going. So think about that and have fun with your goals this year, and I look forward to talking to you again next month.